Hey everyone, I'm Ryan, a recent Cambridge Maths graduate, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what STEP is and how you can get started preparing for it. Whether you're hearing about STEP for the first time or you're gearing up for an exam, you're in the right place, so let's get started. Now, I'm originally from the northeast of England, where I attended a state school that had a really low acceptance rate to Oxbridge. We were practically zero, but through a lot of blood, sweat and tears, I made it into Cambridge, where I studied a master's degree in mathematics, hence a lot more tears. Since then, I've been an official STEP marker as well as a STEP and university tutor. So what exactly is STEP? STEP, otherwise known as the sixth term examination paper, is a paper that's designed to really push your problem solving skills. It's used mainly as an additional exam for Cambridge University. It actually consists of 3 separate exams, Step 1, Step 2 and Step 3, each getting progressively more difficult. However, since 2020, they got rid of and discontinued Step 1 due to COVID and not many universities actually taking it up. However, the practice papers are still really useful. Now, Step 1 and Step 2 are based on A-level maths, whereas Step 3 takes it up a notch and includes content from A-level further maths. These exams are taken in June alongside the rest of your A-levels, and STEP actually has quite a bit of a different grading system. They start off a U for unclassified and then go up to a 3, 2 and a 1, and then an S, which often stands for outstanding. So let's have a quick look at what the grade boundaries kind of look like in this example. We can see here in the example of 2023 Step 2 grade boundaries that to get an S you needed 90 out of 120, which is 75%, and then to get a 1 you needed 65 out of 120, which is just over 50%. So we can already see here that the grade boundaries are a lot lower than you'd expect from a Cambridge entry exam. Of those achieving that, we had around 21% achieving a 1 or an S. Now, having a look at Step 3, we can see similarly you needed 63 out of 120, which is again just over 50%. So we see here that the grade boundary is a lot lower than you'd normally expect from, say, an A-level paper. And this idea is where STEP really differs from A-levels. I'm not expecting you to get everything right, it's more about how you tackle new problems that you haven't seen before and whether you can think on the spot. So unlike A-levels, you can't really aim for perfection in STEP. You need to adapt and try and think creatively. So what does the STEP paper look like? Well, STEP papers are generally 3 hours long, there's 12 questions, 8 pure, 2 mechanics, and then 2 stats/probability. Now, you can answer as many questions as you want, however, they will take your top 6 and take the best scores from those top 6. So my recommendation is don't take more than 8 because you don't really have the time for that. Now, who should consider taking STEP? Well, if you're aiming for a maths degree or a course closely related to maths at some of the top universities, STEP could really be essential for you. For Cambridge, the entry requirements can vary depending on each college, but in general, you need a grade 1 in Step 2 and Step 3 to get your place. So that was the offer that they gave me. Warwick is another university that might often include STEP as part of their offer. Usually it requires a grade 2 in any of the STEP papers. Imperial College London also offers STEP as an alternative to the MAT, which is just another entrance paper, which is primarily used by Oxford, but Imperial also use it. It's worth noting that any of the advice I give for STEP just as much applies to the MAT, so if you're preparing for that one, the advice I give should be very relevant to you. Some other universities that also accept it are King's College London, UCL, Bath, Bristol and Southampton. But my general advice is that if you're serious about taking a maths or maths adjacent degree, I highly recommend taking the STEP exams, or at the very least just working through some of the problems, as they'll give you a good base level for maths at university and they'll also help boost your A-level results. So how should you start and prepare for STEP? Well, I remember when I first started looking at STEP papers, I opened up a Step 2 paper because my offer only included Step 2 and Step 3, and looking at the first question and thinking, I have no idea what this is asking me, never mind, how do I actually go about answering this? But I had the completely wrong approach. I shouldn't have started with some questions. I should have had a look at Stephen Siklos's Advanced Problems in Mathematics, which is kind of the intro to STEP. It gives you some basic background of why questions are like this and how you should look at answering them. After doing that, then you should move on to doing some Step 1 questions. It's going to be a big jump because they write questions in a completely different way and expect you to think in quite a different way. But this is the biggest jump. Once you've accomplished that and you feel confident with some Step 1 questions, then it's not as big a jump when you move on to Step 2 and Step 3 questions. Cambridge also offers a STEP support program, which is a free online course designed to help you prepare for the exam. It has structured problems, notes and work solutions to help gradually build up your skills so that jump isn't as big. Now, when is the perfect time to start? Now, the perfect time to start preparing for STEP is now. STEP is a really challenging exam and the more time you have to prepare for it, the better. But don't worry if you're getting a bit of a later start, giving yourself around 6 months should be enough to make some really solid progress on STEP. If you found this video helpful so far, it would be amazing if you could subscribe, and that way you won't miss any of my future content. If there's anything specific you would like some help with, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you want me to plan for some future videos. And on that note, in the next few videos, I'll be diving deeper into how you can really improve your skills with STEP questions and how you can maximise your performance in the exam. This is going to be packed with practical advice that can really make a difference. We'll cover strategies for tackling tricky questions, time management, and how you can stay calm under that pressure. Whether you're aiming for step 2 or 3, these videos will give you the tools you need to stay more confident and prepared. So if you're serious about mastering STEP, make sure to stay tuned. And remember, if you've got any specific questions, any topics you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments. I'm here to help you succeed. Thanks for watching.